Okay, everybody, what's up, family? We are here. Tonight is going to be a very important video because I've discussed this a few times by myself. It says, oh, right, yeah, oh yeah, the hype is for real. This is going to be a very serious video. Oh, and that's why I have these my two guests here. This is Dylan. Dylan, you can introduce yourself, tell the audience a little bit about yourself, or Ramon, whichever one can go first.
Y'all, my name is Dylan. Y'all want to follow me on Instagram? Dylan Fowler _ Dilly. I started doing a lot of black empowerment stuff about a year and a half ago. Just started posting a lot of stuff, started learning a lot more because it wasn't like they were teaching me in school. So I started learning a lot more from Google, and then after that, it just went off.
Okay.
And y'all want to follow me? I also kind of got a YouTube channel. I do it with two of my other homeboys. It's called the 3 Ring Things. If y'all want to go check that out. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Ramon, please introduce yourself. Oh, and shout out to the people in the chat. Coy, Mr. McCoy, shout out to you. Ramon, please introduce yourself. He's been on this chat. This is Dylan's first time. Ramon's been on this. He's been a guest multiple times before in the past.
My name is Ramon. I study history for school. Right now, I'm a senior. My major is history, and it's a pleasure to be here. I'm a big supporter of my friend channel, and Black history needs to be more widely known and spread. So I'm gonna try to educate y'all today.
Okay. Omar
But
Smith.
follow me on Instagram too. Like.23. Follow them.
Okay. Omar Smith, thank you for joining. Okay. Why I made this video is because we hear the term people of color, we hear the term minority, we hear the term, disenfranchised communities. So it kind of implies and it leads us to believe that all non-black people are really all non-white people, are really in the same boat. All non-white people are in the same struggle. We face the same levels of discrimination. We face the same problems, or at least even if they're not the same problems, all of our issues are equal to each other. The term people of color gives the implication that, and here's a picture, that white society, I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger for people. White society is at the top of this golden pedestal, and all non-white people, all people of color, are equally at the bottom. Okay? And in all actuality, the reality is that it works, and I've said this before, I've shown this before, as an ethnic hierarchy, where it's like a pyramid where white people are at the top, and it goes down through the races, and black people are 100% at the bottom. So that's how it actually is. And it's very harmful. It's very harmful to confuse the two, because confusion is one of their biggest tricks to affect black people. Why it's so harmful is because looking at the past, when we've been inclusive of other people's struggles, and when we've used inclusive terms, we've been on the harmful end. We've had the short stick of that. For instance, and then I'm going to let Ramon speak because he studies history, so he's going to really go off on this subject. For instance, affirmative action. Affirmative action originally was supposed to be for black people who are discriminated, even though they were equally qualified to work the same positions or to have the same jobs or whatever as white people. And affirmative action was a policy that said, okay, you have to have a certain quota of black people in this company or in this school or this corporation or whatever. Then the word minority came in. And through the word minority, it was like a little loophole that they used, and they included all non-white people. And then it was inclusive to all non-white men. So even white women were included in the term minority. And now white women benefit from affirmative action, and you can Google this yourself, and everybody can contest to this. White women benefit from affirmative action more than black people do, even though it was originally set up for black people. So that is the dangers of inclusive terms. So people argue, okay, well, even though black people have the most struggle, black people have the most struggle, and that's undoubtable, but don't everybody have struggle? Everybody has hardship, and we can't just exclude everybody else and just focus on black people. Black people are always told that we can't be the only focus. We can't be the only focus. Now, in a few minutes, I'm gonna let Ramon sound off after I finish the statement. Then I want to hear Dylan's opinion. But black people's struggles in America is very unique and unlike any other group's struggles, especially in America, just from slavery to the current age. And Ramon, as a history major, I'm pretty sure he'd have a couple things to say about that.
Yes. Basically, you were talking about affirmative action, right?
Yeah. I'm talking about the struggles that black people have gone through specifically for them.
Yeah, we've gone through a ton of struggles. Systemically, the education system, for example, we weren't included to be in there. Even like at my school now, discrimination and all of that stuff still exists. It's not segregation. We're included, but there's still a certain stigma about especially like African American males at school. Like in my position, what I can relate to, there's stereotypes. If you see me, I'm in school. Oh, I'm an athlete. I'm only here with a scholarship. I get that all the time because I'm a tall person, and it's just like those stereotypes get us nowhere. It's just like racism isn't as open as it used to be. But like far as racism in America, but it's definitely still there, and it's stuff we need to work on. And
can I ask a question?
Affirmative action is not. Go ahead.
Yeah. I know me and you recently talked about like the struggles during the civil rights movement, where black people were fighting white supremacy for basic civil rights. Can you explain some of that to the audience, please?
Basically, if you were African American in southern states, Mississippi, Alabama, like Mississippi, well, not even necessarily southern state. Depending on your neighborhood you were, if you even went inside of a white neighborhood, kind of in Chicago, they would just shoot you. Like probably in the 30s or 40s, they had this thing called the Black Belt, and the Black Belt was mostly where all the black people would live, but even if you went to the white neighborhood, say like James bought a building in the in like the neighborhood, probably like in the the 30s or 40s, pre-civil rights. This is what Martin Luther King fighting for, fair housing and all the amendments he passed for. You would be probably killed by a mob or thrown off that block because the Caucasian people on that block did not want the property value to go down. So them, you did not matter to them. You weren't. They're there just for themselves. You weren't really considered a person, in my opinion. So that's kind of some stuff, but definitely like the civil rights movement, they basically killed Martin Luther King. I believe the FBI did, and all the civil rights leaders. But anything like specific about the civil rights movement you want me to talk about? Like other than like Martin Luther King, James.
Yeah. I'll ask another question. I just want to let me ask Dylan. As far as the term "people of color" and as far as black people being inclusive to the struggles and the hardships of other groups of people, what do you have to say about that?
I think that black people in America be treated like the worst. Like we are at the bottom of the totem pole. Like everybody is above us. Like when it comes to like just take it an example. Let's take with women, right?
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to modeling for women, they will choose any woman over a black woman. They will choose a white woman over a black woman, a Asian woman over a black woman. They'll choose a Latino woman over a black woman. And if it is a black woman, she has to be light skinned. Or if she is a dark skinned woman, she gotta be she cute for a dark skinned girl type of thing. And that right there is that racial hierarchy that you was just talking about.
Yeah, the racial hierarchy.
Yeah, I wanted to chime in on something. Basically, colorism within the black community and the white community. Basically, if you a black man, we argue treat the bottom bodies. It's like the stereo. I want a light skinned girl because I don't want my babies to be ugly or something. There's a lot of people that say I don't want my babies to be dark. It's that undertone that dark is bad, which is not good. That just gives them more ammunition to be like that. Colorism, I think it fuels racism and all those other stuff that he's saying because we have to love ourselves. That they not gonna love us for us, so you can't. Your color tone don't define who you is as a person, no matter what race you are.
Now let me add. Okay, absolutely, I fully agree with you. But let me ask this question: when we hear politicians talk about black and brown, and I specifically want to talk about black and brown, but I want to talk about other things too. It's a very loaded video tonight. I want to talk about multiple other things. When we hear the term black and brown, as if black people and brown, and what we can assume brown means Hispanic. So when we hear black and brown, what are we supposed to think about that? Because, and I want to hear your opinions before I give my opinion, because the term black and brown implies that black people and brown being Hispanic or Latino people, have the same struggles, or we have this coalition. There's a black and brown coalition against the white supremacist system. So what do you think, Dylan? Maybe Ramon might be doing something with his camera, but do you think that there is a coalition between black people in America and brown people or Hispanic or Latino people?
Not really, because Hispanic people go through their own problems that are completely different than what black people go through in America. It's two different problems. They got their own problems. We got our own problems. They got to deal with their own issues. We got to deal with our own issues.
Okay.
My response to that is that we both have our own problems, but a majority of people from the other side of the culture, they only want to work together with black people when it's convenient for them. They not really sometimes. So if you go through the struggle with them together, yeah, they're on your side. But when it comes to addressing certain black people problems or just in your specific community, maybe the Latino or the other community, they're not going to ride with you 100%. They're not going to be there like you, but I believe there is some sort of coalition, but it's not very, very popular. And I think some of the people even you look down for helping us, but it just depends on the situation, I would say.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna say this, and this isn't to attack anybody. This isn't to attack anybody. This is not to attack the Hispanics, but it must be said because this is the truth, okay? And I gotta put my feelings. I really don't have any, but I gotta put my feelings to the side when I say this. I have to put my feelings to the side when I say this. In Hispanic, and especially Mexican culture, it is very anti-black. Okay, and if we're telling the truth about that, it is very anti-black. Even they will, if you meet, and I've met honest Mexicans who will tell me, oh yeah, the colorism, the caste system, the way they treat the Afro-Latinos in Mexico is completely horrible. And there is not a single Mexican who will say, oh no, that's not the truth, because they all know that's the truth. They only, just like how Ramon said, and I'm not saying they don't go through any problems, but they only team up with black people. They only want to associate themselves with black people when it benefits them somehow. They only want to associate with black people when they can get something too. I'm going to bring up an instance last year during the riots and everything like that. Uber made an offer to black-owned businesses, and it was an incentive to help them out. So Uber was like, okay, we're going to take the shipping fee off for the customers for shopping at a black-owned business. So if I order food from a black-owned business, I won't have to pay the shipping fee. That was an incentive for the black-owned business. Most of the people who were upset about that were not even white people. It was Mexican people. It was Hispanic people. Like, oh, what are you talking about? What about our business? What about our business? What about us? So they have a problem anytime that we get something that they don't get. They don't ever have a problem when it's something that they get, when it's something that benefits the Hispanics, when it's something that benefits the Mexicans. They don't have a problem if black people are excluded. And no other race, let's just be honest with this, no other race has a problem excluding black people. But when it's time for black people to get something specifically for themselves, it's ain't we all people of color? Aren't we all in this together? Aren't we all in this together? That's like, to give an example, for some people who are watching who have siblings or something, that's like your parents giving your sibling like a piece of candy or pieces of candy or something. They don't ever share with you. If you ask, they don't ever give you anything at all. Then when the parents eventually, finally, maybe give you something, then they all like, okay, share with your brother, share with your sister. Or your sister's coming up in there and or your brother like, can I have some? Can I have some? Oh, what about us? Come on, we're all siblings, we're all this, we're all that. So it's a problem. It's a problem when black people don't share our resources, or when there's something specific to us. But it's not a problem when any other group has their own thing and they can completely exclude black people. And right now I'm going to show you an example, because for the longest time we've been, let me see, which video do I want to show first? For the longest time, black people have been talking about, especially in like 2020 recently, black people have been talking about reparations. So I'm going to show you a clip, and this is AOC. This is she's a congresswoman. She's a very proud Hispanic. Not saying there's nothing wrong with being Hispanic. Not saying that at all. But this is what she was when she was asked on the street how she felt about black people who are descendants of slaves getting our reparations from slavery reparations. This is what she had to say. I'm not gonna zoom in the whole thing, because you already know how I do. I'm very careful when it comes to copyright. I don't want to get that on myself. So here we go. Oh, hold on. Gotta play it.
I'm a co-sponsor on HR 40 as well, which is the Reparations, which she will reject.
Shouldn't you agree this should have been studied a long time ago by now?
Oh, it absolutely should have. It absolutely.
Why do you support cash for that?
Well, I think there's a wide range. So when we talk about the conversation of reparations, I think
just for American descendants of slavery.
Okay. Now it's okay. It's loading up now. Sorry, y'all. Now he's asking if she supports reparations just for.
I think it could include that, but we also have to talk about investment in our, concentrated investment in our hospitals, schools, and infrastructure. So many other systems as well.
I agree with you, but shouldn't be separate.
Okay. Now, since this one's loading up for a second. You got the gist. I'm not going to play the whole thing. Shout out to Bob TV is where I got this clip from. Now, when she was asked specifically if she felt that black people who are descendants of slaves should get reparations, she went, Well, I guess I kinda. It's always when it comes to black people getting anything. It's always a I guess. It's always a kinda. It's always a maybe. I'm gonna show you another clip. Because that clip was pretty much done anyway. Like I said again, shout out to Bob TV. Now I want you guys to listen to this. That one was kind of low because it was taken on somebody else's cell phone camera, and the audio was low on YouTube anyway. So it's not my audio, it's the audio from the video. But still, if you want to see the whole video, go to Bob TV and watch the whole video. So shout out to him. But this is the interview that she had when she was talking about reparations. Now I want to keep in mind, when you ask now these groups that care about black people so much, they black and brown, Black Lives Matter all day. But when you ask them about a specific thing that's going to help black people, they go all around the place. They don't know what to say. They don't know how to act. They don't know how to answer a direct question. I want you to listen to this. Hold on. Hold on. Let me mute our guest mic here. All right, here we go.
70% white, which is a number that I think shocks a lot of people. But if you include white Hispanics, it actually is that big, who often vote similarly to non-Hispanic whites. You know, what is a political cost, let's say, of saying we're going to throw your hat in with a program like reparations? How much do you think those considerations should be made?
Well, you know, it's a good question. I think that one of the things that we've seen from early polling actually is that I think that we should distance ourselves and start getting away from this idea that we should only care about ourselves. Because when we really do start to assert and believe and understand and see how our destinies are tied, we kind of get away from this idea that only, you know, people of color care about other people of color, and only white people care about other white people, and so on. There are a lot of systems that we have to dismantle, but also it does get into this interesting area of where we are as a country about identity. Because, like, what does it mean to be black? Who is black and who isn't, especially as our country becomes more biracial and multiracial. Same thing with being Latino. Same thing, it brings up all these questions of like passing and, you know, things like that. But I do think it is important that we have to have substantive conversations about race beyond like what is racist and what is not. And if someone says something racist, does that make them racist? Like, we need to get away from talking, well, not that we have to get away from talking about racism. It's important that we talk about racism, but because we talk about racism so much, we actually aren't talking about race itself. And
okay, that's enough. That's enough. I'm sorry for you guys to have to listen. Listen. When black people ask a very specific and very direct question, we got people going all around. Well, what is anybody really black? What is black? What is this? You know, is telling a racist joke? Does that make you racist? I mean, am I black? Are you black? We're all black, right? Let's stop talking about racism and start talking about race. You know, like, this is the bullshit that we have to go through when black people ask do you support reparations? That's a yes or no question. When black people ask yes or no questions, she's going up, well, you see, it's always a, well, you see. Now, Martin Luther King said, justice delayed is justice denied. Now, this is how she acts when she talks about Hispanic issues. Now she's all about this black and brown. Well, I mean, are you black? Am I black? I mean, we're all people of color, you know what I'm saying? We support each other. White people support us. We support white people. Like, she's going all over the place. Nobody can make out what she's saying when she's asked a direct damn question. She's asked the most direct question. Now, when she talks about Hispanics, look at how she talks about Hispanics.
Are barbaric and they're wrong. But when you rip a baby out of the hands of a mother, you cannot draw the same comparison. And anyone who's trying to do that is doing a profound disservice to the cause of justice. So I don't want to excuse any of this, but I don't think we should also get them twisted together, because one is not the same. And we cannot dust that under the rug. And by the way, those families are owed reparations.
Damn, okay, those families are owed reparations. Now, when she is asked, do black people get reparations, she's all over the damn place. You don't know what she's talking about. She's going here and here. Well, you know, what about white people? What about Hispanic people in there? Are you black? Am I racist? I don't know. Are you racist? All over the place. Nobody can pick out what she's saying. But when she's talking about Hispanics, oh, they should get reparations. Oh, you see how straight to the point she was when she's talking about her own people? This is a representation of how Hispanics act. And I'm not saying all, but most of them act when they talk about black people and brown people coalition. If black people can't get a damn thing without them complaining, me too, me too, me too. But they can get anything in the world they want, and they never include black people in the conversation. Notice how she said those families. She didn't say black and brown. When the microphone is in their hands, they don't say no black and brown. They don't say no people of color. They don't say none of that. They don't say minority. But when it's the focus is on black people, then it's minority, then it's people of color, then it's black and brown. So I've been on a little rant. I'm gonna let my guests speak. My guests say what they have to say.
Yeah, that lady's full of crap. She's like you were saying. They only support African American causes when it's convenient for you. Convenient for their race. So her comparison with the baby being taken from my arm, a lot of times people forget their history. We were taken from Africa, whole villages, whole tribe. Why do you think Africa's a third world country now? Murdered, separated from families. This is nothing new. They've been doing that to us. And they ever had the nerve to say we don't deserve reparations. Something's seriously wrong with her. Because she's only for herself, and it's she probably thinks she's better than black people the way she thinks. So that's what I wanted to say. She's just a load of trash, and she's just ignorant.
Dylan, you got something to say to that?
Yeah, I definitely agree with what Ramon just said. And the thing too about when you was talking about when black people got something and other races of people got upset. A great example is when the Black Panther movie came out. Mm-hmm. A lot of Hispanics, a lot of Asians were very upset that they get the
yeah.
Like they really got upset. They got upset at Disney and Marvel for why we don't get why we didn't get no superhero. Why we don't.
Mm-hmm.
But later on this year, the Asian people are getting they get Shang-Chi later this year, and you don't see us complaining about it.
Exactly. I'm glad you make that point. Because black people are like not collectively, we the only group that's not haters. Okay, collectively, we the only group that's not haters, and I know that's gonna offend some of y'all, but y'all just some haters. Y'all got to go to therapy and fix yourself. Because black people don't be hating on other groups of people's success. Black people actually encourage that and promote other groups of people's success. You didn't see black people getting upset, like you said, when there was a change. Forgot his name. This Asian superhero coming out. Black people don't get upset with that. Black people don't get upset, but it's a problem when a black person gets something that they don't get. That's why they're very manipulative. The people of color, all these non-black people, are very manipulative when it comes to supporting black people. They'll put BLM in their Twitter bios. They'll say, oh, Black Lives Matter, black and brown. I was at multiple protests last year, and I've seen, oh, Hispanics and blacks unite, people of color unite, yeah. But then the second they got a chance, black people, Ramon, you're from Chicago, Dylan is actually from Texas. Ramon, I'm pretty sure you remember us having a conversation of Mexicans in Little Village, which is a small town in Chicago, attacking random black people. They were just out, any random black person they saw, like a damn sundown town, they were attacking them. And we're supposed to be on this black and brown thing. We're supposed to be on this black and brown, as if they care about us, when they don't even care about the black people in their own communities. Go to Mexico and ask the black people living in Mexico how they treat them. Okay? And they all know it. They all know it. They only come here on this kumbaya nonsense to piggyback off of us.
About the Black Lives Matter thing and everybody on Instagram, there'd be a lot of like women and like Caucasian, Asian people. They had it in that bio, but if you go up to them and you talk to them about an issue, this would be like the furthest person. They don't care really. They only do it for a clout thing. They don't give a damn about black people. Because like right now, I know people, oh, Black Lives Matter in their bio, but this person lives down, like, in my small environment, I'm probably the only, like, black person around. She did not want to talk to, like, the only black person that live in the whole complex and looks down on them. So they're not really here to work with you or help you with all the issues. They're just, like, fake people. And that needs to be pointed out. Not everyone's really a true ally.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree with Mom on that. During the protest, there was a lot of snakes out there. Well, you know, there was a lot of people out there that was a part of white supremacy groups acting that was screaming Black Lives Matter. Not everybody out there during that protest was no friend. A lot of them were snakes.
Exactly. Now,
They were backstabbing. Go ahead.
Now, we hear a lot, and this is, I'm really going to go off with this one. And I've made multiple videos about this Stop Asian Hate narrative that's been going on, where they're saying that black people are just randomly attacking Asians because all of a sudden we hate them due to the stigma of the virus. I'm not going to say the name for the algorithm, but the virus that's going on, the pandemic that's going on. We after a year hate them all of a sudden, so we just want to beat them up in the street. We just see an Asian person and get triggered and just start attacking them. So that was the narrative that was pushed out, and black people were told, hey, the Asian community came out and they were at the protests, right? They supported you during Black Lives Matter, right? So you are obligated to support their cause. What do you guys feel? Are black people obligated to anybody, even if they show up at the protest? What do you guys think about that?
That's kind of a tough question, but I would only say I go as far as they go.
Exactly.
I'm not obligated to. They're not obligated to go to all the Black Lives Matter stuff. So I just go how far as they go. But generally, I'm a person. I'm not racist with no race. So generally, I support both sides issues. But you just can't let a few mishaps and then blame it on all black people. I mean, I hate when they do that. And then that's a media story scare all African Americans and all. And I really don't like that the narrative that the media plays, and that's contributed to a lot of it, because a lot of black people I know actually supported it. They're against this. They post Stop Asian Hate, because black people are welcome in other communities. We upset people a lot more quickly than they do vice versa in their community, because I have some friends who are straight from China, and like they tell me.
Yeah, black people are very welcome. Dylan, don't you have something to say?
Yeah, agree. When I like, matter of fact, when the Stop Asian Hate thing was going on, I don't know, when I was looking through Instagram stories, most of the people that were posting Stop Asian Hate was black people on my Instagram. It was mostly black people. I saw them mostly black people on mostly black celebrities, Instagram stories, on some of the black friends that I know was posting Stop Asian Hate. I saw that more than white people, Hispanic people, even more than some of Asian people I know.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it from mostly black people.
Yeah, so...
And I want to say one more thing. Black people love Chinese food. It ain't like we ain't gonna get orange chicken and all of this stuff. We gonna go by Chinese food. So for us to really hate, I don't understand it. That's where I know it's from, and I respect it. I respect the culture.
Now here I'm glad you brought that up, because Asians actually place their businesses in the black community. Asians specifically place their businesses in the black community because they know that black people will shop with them and that black people will patriotize their businesses, their restaurants, their nail salons, their beauty supply stores. Black people are their main customers, so they put their businesses in the black community. So now all of a sudden they're scared of black people. Black people have been shopping with them, giving them money. They don't do it to us. You don't see a bunch of Asians in black owned businesses, but you see black people in Asian owned businesses. But all of a sudden black people are the bad guys. So all these fake celebrities and these fake activists went out there and they was all like, stop Asian hate, because they had a damn hand up their ass making them talk like a damn puppet. And they set black people up. And I'm going to show you this little clip of an Asian person who shot a 6-year-old black boy for leaving his bicycle on his yard. Now, here it is right quick. Let me pull it up for you. Let me make it a little bigger. It's loading just for a second. What is going on? Yeah. As it's loading, I'm just gonna take that off because don't need that there. Hold on.
Little boy, he walks free, making bond on Tuesday, and has this family angry and confused.
And I'm trying to figure out how he got a bond that was so low for trying to kill my kids.
Arnold Daniel trying to figure out why Ryan Lee Wen is out of jail after allegedly shooting his son Kobe.
He threatened me with a sledgehammer.
First off, and I'm gonna pause it a lot actually, because there's a lot I gotta say. It's a lot I gotta say. Notice how they use the word anytime something happens to a damn black person. They use the word allegedly. Oh, he allegedly shot him. He allegedly. When it was black people doing stuff to Asians, there was no allegedly. Oh, he allegedly pushed. There was no allegedly. When an Asian person shot a 6-year-old black boy, the news said, oh, he allegedly shot him. But they didn't say black people allegedly pushed this Asian person, black person allegedly. When black people do anything, the word allegedly is nowhere in their vocabulary. But when something happens to black person, there's always, well, there is a theory, it's allegedly. I just had to say that, but I'm gonna continue playing.
Right here.
It's all on video Saturday afternoon on Candlewood Lane. You'll see kids playing, hear a gunshot, then Kobe realizes he's hit.
They place deniable calls that they allegedly.
Lee Wen allegedly fired through his front window. The bullet went in Kobe's arm and out the other side.
Now he shot out of his window trying to murder a 6-year-old black child. His bond, so you guys know, originally the white judge pretty much wanted him to leave. She wanted him to leave She probably wanted him to join the police department because he's like, oh my God, he shoots black boys on instinct. He needs to be a police officer. So that's probably why she lowered his bond to $1,000. It was $10,000, but you don't have to pay the whole $10,000. You only have to pay 10%. So that's $1,000. So she's all like, oh my God, that's a future cop right there. So let me lower his bond so he can try to train and join the academy. That's why she did it. Now, when black people were pushing non-lethal, pushing Asian people down, allegedly, because if we're using allegedly when they shoot black kids, so let's use allegedly, when black people allegedly committed these damn hate crimes, nobody was talking about a $10,000 bond. That's attempted murder. How do you get a $10,000 bond for attempted murder of a child? For leaving, and if you heard the video clip, he tried to hit a child with a damn sledgehammer for leaving his bike on your yard, and then you tried to shoot and kill him. But black people were out here. Now notice all these black people who are talking about stop Asian hate, all these fake black celebrities, and I'm saying it in the microphone so it can be very clear, all these fake ass black celebrities who are talking about stop Asian hate, Asian crime, Asian lives matter, Asian, all these fake black celebrities who were talking about that ain't got nothing to say, nothing at all to say when an Asian person shoots a black child. What do you two have to say about that?
What you were saying, if this was a black person, he wouldn't have a bond.
No.
He would be thrown out of this, he'd be in a hole. They would probably have to put him in non-population. It's just the double standard of the race, like what's crime, but definitely they put Asian, like you were saying about the businesses a little bit earlier, they put it in the black people community to profit, and he blatantly shot a kid instantly, but like nothing happens to them, but not to the business thing. Like, yeah, they profit, and like they don't really like, they just see us as a dollar sign in the community. If you people familiar with Spike Lee Do the Right Thing movie, they have restaurants in the Asian communities, and they treat them like trash. They're looking at them, they're washing them down, you know. But like, I'm trying to remember the 90s, but a black lady was murdered by an Asian person.
Latasha Harlings.
Didn't even go to jail. So to me, this is not even like surprising. It's just like this is just American criminal system for black people.
Yeah, you know, I know when they opened up I remember there was a beauty supply store out in Dallas. I remember this was the last time I ever went in there. It was about a year and a half ago. I walked in there to go get a sponge for my hair, and there was an Asian woman just creeping around. Just kept like every aisle I'm in, she in. I go all the way over there, she in. And I'm like, let me hurry up and get up out of here before something bad happens.
So they put your stores.
Like,
no, okay, finish.
Yeah, I had to hurry up and get up out of there, and then like the looks that they was giving me, that I wasn't feeling comfortable up in there. We had to get up out of there.
So they'll put their businesses in the store, in your communities. They'll put their stores, they'll put their businesses, they'll put their restaurants in your community for you to shop with them. And they take their money and they leave. They're out. They go back to their own neighborhoods, their own community. But when you're in their store, they're checking around each and every corner. And trust me, I know. They be peeping around the corners. They be watching the cameras extra hard when they see a black person walk in there.
Like you lost.
They be
like you don't belong there.
Exactly.
But you want my money.
But they want your money. They put them there, and then the second you get in, they're like, hey, hurry and get your black ass up out of here. Hurry up and get out of here. So should black people, let me ask you two a question. Should black people shop at Asian-owned businesses anymore, period? I mean, are we safe? They're shooting children. They're shooting children. Are we safe at their restaurants anymore or their businesses anymore?
I would say we need to protest what's going on right now. We need to create like coalition. We need to like work together so stuff like this don't happen. So we won't be able to like be profiled when we have these businesses still. Because it's a shame. Not every Asian business does this, but I do believe you need to support black business more. Versus if you're going to Asian, just because it's maybe cheaper or something. But yeah, we do. Something needs to be done though. But a good majority of the stores I've been to in my life kind of have been like that. But it's not all Asian places, but it's a good amount of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we need to just support more black-owned businesses. Like, let's say, okay, these Asian people got this beauty supply store over here. Well, what's wrong with this beauty supply store over here that's owned by black people? What's wrong with this nail salon that's owned by black people? What's wrong with this restaurant over here that's by black people? See, us black people, we got this thing in us where I want to trust him. We black, I don't trust him. We gotta get that out of our mindset. We gotta start trusting each other more.
Yeah, some people say black people are their own worst enemy. So I definitely agree with what you're saying, but that definitely we need to we need to like just because it's cheaper at the other stores. Actually, they have apps. I'm pretty sure you can look up online if it's black owned or not. Maybe once or twice when you shop. Say you were shopping 4 or 5 times a month. Maybe once or twice you just make that extra effort just to go to that black owned business. You don't have to just necessarily keep going to Walmart because it's cheap.
Exactly. Black people need to put forth the effort into supporting black-owned businesses. It's not going to be as convenient. Supporting a black-owned business is not going to be as convenient as supporting a non-black-owned business. That's just the way the system is set up. But as black people, we have an obligation to build and strengthen our communities and to build and strengthen the society. So we have to prioritize shopping and doing business with other black people. The same way all these other ethnic groups shop and support the business within their own communities is the same exact way black people need to be when it comes to black-owned businesses. That's just a point blank simple. That's just how it is. No exceptions. Because you do not see, even if an Asian person, let's say an Asian person wanted to buy a coat or a jacket or something, and there was a jacket store that a black person owned, and then 10 miles down, there's a more expensive jacket store that an Asian person owned. They would go to the more expensive Asian-owned jacket store so they can get their jackets from their own people. Black people, it's like to support our own people, we have to go through, it has to be cheaper, more convenient, we gotta get a discount, like all these things to support our own people. But let me ask you guys this question. We're exposing the people of color narrative, Now, one of our biggest issues, or one of the things we're talking about the most is, reparations. And I've mentioned that. So we're talking about reparations specifically for the descendants of slaves, the descendants of American slaves, also known as the foundational black Americans. That is who we're talking about. These other ethnic groups, us being inclusive, undermines that. Okay? And then since we're undermined, they get to leapfrog us. Now, Dylan, you sent me this, and I want to show you this. Since we're talking about reparations, Dylan sent me this. This says, gay reparations are past due. So this is an article. This is just the front page of the article. This is an article advocating that LGBTQ deserve reparations for the discrimination that they have faced in America. So since Dylan, you sent that to me, I'm sure you have some opinions. Ramon, I'm sure you do too. But let me start with you, Brother Dylan.
I saw that and just was didn't know that gay people went through 250 years of
You kind of breaking up a little
I
bit.
didn't know that gay people went through Reconstruction. I didn't know that gay people went through Jim Crow. Oh, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think your camera's off. Do you need a second? I can go to Ramon while you get.
Nah, y'all hear me now?
Okay, yeah, you good now.
Alright, yeah. What I was saying was, I didn't know they gave 250 years of slavery. I didn't know that gay people went through Reconstruction. I didn't know that gay people went through Jim Crow. I didn't know that gay people went through the Civil Rights era and was attacked by police dogs, and I didn't know that gay people went through the crack epidemic. I didn't know that gay people went through all this. Apparently so.
I didn't know that gay people were falsely incarcerated, and they're locked up because they're gay. Like I mean, I know they lock black people up because they're black in mass numbers. Most of the prisons are filled up with black people. Black people are much more disproportionately targeted in the justice system. I didn't know that they were falsely accusing gay people of murder and crime. I didn't know that. Ramon, did you know that? Do you feel like gay people should get reparations before black people?
Hell no. They on some they just they only doing this just for to get paid. Like you your race before you like that. Like we've been murdered just because you black. We've been killed. They hunting us like dogs, use them as labor. I didn't see nobody down the plantation, 16, 18 hours a day because their sexual orientation. So no. Basically, did the gay people build America too?
No.
But basically slaves built America. Without slaves, there would be no America. They just gonna keep making more and more money and going there anyway. They might as well just give it to the small percentage of black. It's not like we're the majority here anyway. Mm-hmm. They should just give us our money, and maybe I would like to see for sure free education on top of that money, or buildings and landmarks named after us, because we the people that's really built it. They got all these slave master names on there. They pay high promise to them, but hell no, they don't deserve that. They I believe they deserve their equal rights, but you a black man before your race.
Yeah, we're not saying nobody doesn't deserve equal rights. I'm just clarifying.
I just want to say one more thing. You can't look at somebody and tell their orientation. Like a lot of times you don't even know. So you just really? Is they serious?
Yeah. You brought up a good. First off, this isn't to hate on anybody. This is to say black people deserve reparations. Black people are the only group of people who deserve American reparations, because black people are the only group of people who have been slaves in America. Black people built America. Black people have been targeted by America more than anybody else. Barely anybody else would even be in America. Actually, nobody would be in America had it not been for black people building and fighting for America. Okay? They built and fought for America, and they talking about giving reparations to everybody but black people. Asian people got reparations. Native American people got reparations. Hispanic people, you got sanctuary cities where they can't even get pulled over, or they can't even get their car towed from them. They have sanctuary. Black people don't have a damn thing. And black people did the most work. This is why it is very damaging to use these very inclusive terms, people of color, because it creates this wiggle room, and white supremacists knows that. It creates this wiggle room so they can enforce the racial hierarchy. Because they don't mind upgrading any other block on the racial hierarchy. They just want to keep the racial hierarchy as is, where blacks are at the bottom. So they're like, okay, we can, they always use the term trickle down. It trickles from white all the way to the bottom. And it keeps the racial hierarchy how it is. That is why black people need to stop using the term people of color, minority, black and brown, all these inclusive terms. Black people need to stop using them. And I will debate anybody on. You can at me if you have a problem with it.
I just want to say something to that. People really don't know people don't know their history about black people. Mm-hmm. They don't teach us that in school, especially like these generations, like these new Asian people. Like more and more black people is being taken out and more, and they want to put their history in. Whoever, the other side don't want the reparations, but they want to put their history in, and really like. They just like, oh yeah, we deserve all this, but really they don't know a damn about Reconstruction. They don't know anything about Civil War. They don't know anything about 12 years as a slave. They ain't seen no black movie. They don't even know any black people, but they want to tell us what we deserve and not. But they don't give a damn about you, so they don't sympathize with you or nothing. And it's just a damn shame, like, because like for me to even like really learn my own black history, you got to do the research yourself. You gotta take college classes. It's not out in the open. You just can't go in the library. You might see a book about Roman history, but you ain't gonna see a book about black history, really. You might see 10 Romans, but maybe one black history book.
Yeah, I agree with Ramon on that one. Like in high school, literally in high school U.S. history class, it'll go from slavery, they'll skip like a whole 100 years, into the civil rights era, and even then, they don't even really go deep into the civil rights era. They talk about Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, and then that's it. And then we move on to the next white hero of America.
Yeah, what's happening, they don't want to talk about what really actually happened. They don't want to talk about the autobiography of, Frederick Douglass or a first-hand account. They put it in this European narrative, and they just glance over. Then the teacher don't even want to talk. Your teacher probably like he don't even want to talk about it and feel comfortable. These black boys might do something to me. I don't want to watch what I say. So that's another thing that's going on. Then the race. It's in the racist area. They don't even want to be teaching that anyway, so they just skip over it.
Yeah, when they have to teach about black people. And both of you two are exactly right. Black people have to pretty much, they don't get taught. Black people do not get taught our history. We do not get taught our history in school at all. We have a Black History Month every single year, all month long. And people tell me they've learned more from watching my channel or watching other channels on YouTube than they have their whole entire life during Black History Month. All they learned is, black people, we were slaves. And then that's it. And then Martin Luther King said he had a dream, and that's it. And that's all you know. That's all they will teach you. They don't even teach you the truth about Martin Luther King. And I've actually made a video, so you guys should go check that out. Plug. So you guys should check that out. They made a video about Martin Luther King. I mean, they would teach you about Martin Luther King, and all they would say is, Martin Luther King, he loved white people, and he had a dream, and he marched for the dream of loving white people, and that's it. So black people should really stop complaining.
I just want to say something. Like my professor said, they just only put a poster up for Black History Month. That's it. That's what they do. They put up a poster. They don't mention nothing else about it for that month.
Yeah. And honestly, did y'all ever notice that they gave us the shortest month out the year for Black History Month?
Yeah, they shortchanged the black people,
Yeah.
Yeah.
This, I'm glad you brought the point up that black people who know their history, which is why it's so important for black people to educate themselves and not at all rely on this white supremacist system to educate you. Black people need to educate themselves and teach other black people their history. Because once you have knowledge of self, once you know your history, you will be opposed to saying these inclusive black and brown, these inclusive terms, because black people have been oppressed by everybody, not just not just white people, because we can talk about the racism in Asia. Oh my God, the racism in Asia. I've made several videos about that. The racism in Asia, Asians are taking their racism to Africa. They're going to Africa, smacking Africans around like they the boss of Africa. So I don't want to hear no damn Stop Asian Hate or an Asian Coalition. I'm not trying to hear that at all. Okay,
And
what about
another
Mexico?
I ain't trying to hear it, but like, I ain't trying to hear it. Like, they just forget about black. They only say that like when it's beneficial. But they gonna say stop the Asian hate, but they ain't gonna have Black Lives Matter right next to it in their bio. You know, it's only for them. And then like it's basically a recolonization of Africa. They keep doing it over and over again. They take all our resources. They, you know, the white people and like the Asians, they live in Africa is rich, you know, because they still got slavery going on in them mines, and they got jewels and precious jewels. I'm trying to think of that movie Hidden Gems or something. Not Hidden Gems. It was with Adam Sandler, but they have these jewels that just worth millions of dollars, and they still exploiting the backs off of slave labor still to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah, like some of them Arab countries, they'll bring like Africans there and they'll take their passport. The first thing they'll do is take their passport away from them. And then they will treat them like trash, especially the African women. It's horrible. Like on my Instagram story, I used to post pictures and videos about what goes on with African people, black people in certain parts of the world. And when I got to the Middle East, I had to stop doing it. I took a break from it because what I was learning, what was going on in the Middle East was, it was bad. It was bad.
This is another reason why black people need to hold, because black people gladly rush to throw on the cape when it comes to defending other ethnic groups. When it comes to defending anybody else's problem, black people throw on the cape and then they start flying off like they're Superman. And these groups don't have the same incentive to do that for us at all. Every single group that you black people out here caping for, they target you. It's just not their term right now. That's like somebody robbing you. Two people robbing you. Then after they rob you, one person robs the other person who just robbed you. So they go back to you like, hey, he just robbed me. I got robbed. You got robbed. Let's go get him. No, ain't no let's go get him. You robbed me. We not friends.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this before we wrap things up. I want to talk about the Afro Elite shirts. There was an issue because the image, for whatever reason, got rejected. This image right here, it got rejected for some reason. So I had to pay to kind of have a professional design it, and I put it up now. I'm gonna come up with more designs. Let me show you what the designs are looking like right now. Hold on. Okie doke. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna let you guys speak while I actually pull this up because I didn't expect to pull that up.
Yeah, I just say you really gotta watch your back in those foreign countries if you black. You gotta know your surroundings. Cause you gotta study different cultures. You gotta know where you at all times. Cause you don't want to end up missing.
Oh, sure.
You know.
Yeah,
they look at you as a dollar sign. They look at you as a come up. You know, you don't belong here. Why is this black? You know, I might have never seen a black person. And these are Middle East are predominant areas. So you're just like a idol or something. And you're not like a real person. You just like, you know, when you go to the mall, you see them figures. That's how they think. You know, I'm gonna come up on them. But yeah. Anything else you wanted to like bring up, James?
Just a second. Dylan, did you want to say something before I show the audience the shirts?
One more thing. There was one more thing I had on my head. Y'all know how, when they say Black Lives Matter, they be like, oh, well, all lives matter. But when the Stop Asian Hate started, wasn't nobody
Yeah.
Like, well, shouldn't we stop all hate? Did nobody say that? Ain't nobody say that.
Yeah. Nobody had a problem with Stop Asian Hate. Nobody had a problem with Stop Asian Hate. But there was a big problem with Stop Black Hate or Black Lives Matter. That shows you that there is an ethnic hierarchy. They only have a problem when black people are doing something. When there's a chance black people are succeeding or doing well at all, then that's a problem. Black Lives Matter. Oh, what do you mean Black Lives Matter? Black lives don't matter. Black Lives Matter is a problem, but Asian hate, Stop Asian Hate, that's not a problem. You never heard any of these conservatives, these racists, or anything like that ever say anything about Stop Asian Hate. That's a good point.
It's definitely a social hierarchy. Even at these predominantly white universities, you would more likely see an Asian person with a Caucasian person, a Hispanic person with a white person, a white person with an Asian. Black people like at the bottom. And if you black and you go there, and it's like a small number, you actually, you're not really smart. I don't even talk to you. Wow, you probably a waste of time. You probably dumb. Like, you probably only got here because you a scholarship. You barely get here. They just automatically look beneath you and they look down on you.
Yeah. All of them do. Every single group is against black people. Not every person from every group, but every group is against black people, and there's proof of that. Every group. Before, since I already pulled it up, this right here, this is the website. I'm gonna put this in a link. It's not in the description now, but I'm gonna put it in after the video. The website is shopspreadshirt.com/AfroElite. Now I had to change some things up, so the designs are a little different. The logo in the head is transparent now, so you can click that and you can see it's whatever color the shirt is, which can be cool. That can be cool because it still has the colors on the outside. So if you had black, if you made the shirt black, it would look exactly like how the original designs were. But you can mix and match it now. You can make it white, and I think the white ones look pretty cool too. The white, you can make it yellow. You can make it like any color you want to. But the shirts are out now, so if you guys want to get that, you guys can go to Spreadshirt I can't say it. Shopspreadshirt.com/AfroElite. I will. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that real quick. We have designs. I'm coming out with a design for the ladies too. Because I know this head is a man. So I'm coming out with the design for the ladies too. Even though you guys can wear the regular, it's not like super manly. It's not like women have worn this design too. I've given this design away to multiple women too. So you guys can wear this too. You can put it in pink or put it in whatever colors you want. There's also a female design. There's a male design, a female design. There for the shirts, you can get the cup holders. You can get masks. You can get a lot of stuff. So I just wanted to say that. But before we go off, I'm gonna let you two have your final says and then shout out to whatever social media you have, where people can find you, any activism, any projects you guys are coming up with, anything like that.
My Instagram is fly.23.
Fly.23.
Yeah, fly.23. And this is my way to do my activism on this channel. I enjoy being on here. This is my way. I feel like I'm more educated at being on here. So this is, and I think everyone should try to educate it. But buy my boy shirt, Afro Elite. And once you buy it, tag them in it, and get people coming through here and get this stuff rolling.
Yeah, let's get this. Let's get these shirts. Come on, y'all.
Yeah, if y'all want to follow me on Instagram, it's DillyFowler_Dilly. I do I post a lot of stuff on my Instagram. So definitely go check it. Not all black empowerment. I post other stuff too. But most of the time it's black empowerment stuff. Try to subscribe to my other YouTube channel called the Three Ring Kings. We need more subscribers over there. I'll give a couple shout outs. Shout out to my boys Mondo and Jesse. I know y'all out here watching. Your boy over here. I'm out here promoting us. Shout out to Jackson. Shout out to my homegirl Kiera. Thanks for supporting me. And shout out to my boy Kevin for supporting me too. And shout out to my pops, because my pops has taught me a lot about Black history as well.
Also, I want to do a shout out. I just want to shout out to my uncle, Dr. David Morgan, that passed away. He was a history professor. I would not know history without this man. Like, they came up in Jim Crow rural South, you know, they had to pick and stuff. So without him, I wouldn't know all this. And I just want to shout him out for that because, you know, it turned into my baby. I would have never thought that.
Yeah. Definitely shout out to everybody who has watched. Shout out to the subscribers. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I haven't been doing a lot of the guest videos because it can be very difficult with my schedule's kind of hectic. I'm in and out, you know what I'm saying? So it can be very difficult to schedule certain people for certain topics because I want specific people for specific topics. So it can be kind of difficult for that. But I will try to do more of these. Also, people told me that they missed the calls, so I'm gonna be trying to have more calls where the people can call in and have open discussions, because this channel is supposed to be where people learn and people develop a code of conduct. So people can call in, people can ask questions, give comments, all that stuff. Shout out to everybody who has commented. Shout out to everybody who has liked. Shout out to all the subscribers. Shout out to Dylan. Follow him on Instagram. Shout out to Ramon. Follow him on Instagram, which is in the link below. Shout out to the Afro Elite shop, which you guys should go get your shirts from. Shout out to that. Until then, you guys stay tuned. Subscribe for more videos. Remember, Black people, we are the focus. We are focusing on our communities exclusively. No more inclusion. That is a trick bag. That is a Trojan horse. All these other communities, okay? It is up to us. Shout out to